We are headed to Barcelona, Spain. We took a red-eye flight out of Newark International. There are a number of ways to get from the airport to the city center. You can take the train or the Aerobus, but the quickest way is to grab a black and yellow meter taxi outside the terminal. We have hotel reservations at the Casa Bonet on Gran Via de la Corts Catalanes in the L'Eixample district close to the Gothic Quarters. But since we arrived in the morning, the friendly and helpful hotel staff kept our luggage for us so we can start exploring the city. But first, coffee. Only Cafe is just 2 blocks from the hotel on Carré de Caspe in L'Eixample. Our plan for the first day is to explore the Gothic Quarter. Placa de Catalunya is a huge public square with water fountains, statues, and monuments. It is the central point for the Gothic Quarter and El Raval on the south side and L'Eixample on its north. The Gothic Quarter is full of churches along many narrow winding medieval streets and alleys, though most of the buildings were not built in the Middle Ages. Most visitors will eventually end up at Plaza de la Seu, where the Barcelona Cathedral is located. Look for a narrow street named Carré de Montjuïc del Bisbe on the west side of the plaza. At the end of the narrow street is a water fountain and the church of Sant Felipe Neri. Look at the exterior wall of the church and you will notice many holes on the facade. These were once believed to be made by machine gun bullets during the Spanish Civil War when the communists executed residents of the city, some of whom were children who had sought refuge in the church. However, historians now believe that they were actually caused by shrapnels from an Italian aerial bombing in 1938. Now look above the big wooden door and you will notice a sculpture of a flaming heart. This is a traditional Catholic symbol based on an episode that happened to Saint Philippe the Joyful Saint in 1544. It was said that while the saint was praying at the catacombs of San Sebastian, his heart was suddenly seized with immense joy. An intense light shone down on him and a ball of fire entered his chest where his heart doubled in size. That event was commemorated with the symbol of the flaming heart. The Church of Sant Felipe Neri was Antoni Gaudi's favorite church. As you leave Plaza de Sant Felipe Neri, turn right on Carré del Bisbe, past the sculpture, and you will come up on Pont del Bisbe, the Bishop's Bridge. This Gothic-style marbled arch bridge was built by Juan Rubio in 1928, a disciple of Antoni Gaudi. Look closely underneath the bridge and you will see a skull sculpture pierced by a dagger. There are many urban myths about the meaning of the sculpture, but no one really knows. Now we will head to the cathedral. The Cathedral of Barcelona at Plaza de la Seu was built on the site of an early Christian basilica. Work began on the building during the Romanesque period, but it is mainly in the Gothic style. It has a somber exterior, with the only decoration being its vertical buttresses. The cathedral is comprised of 3 naves and a single apse. The naves are all of the same height, which gives the impression of being in a single space. The side chapels have an upper gallery, which affords the whole building a greater sense of brightness and space. The doorway to the cloister is decorated with geometric Romanesque patterns and Gothic pediments. Chapels are arranged along the 3 galleries. In the center is a garden with palm trees, magnolias, an orange tree, and a fountain dating from the mid-15th century. There is an elevator by the Chapel of the Innocent Saints next to the door of San Ivo that takes visitors to the rooftop. But we choose to walk instead. At the top, we were greeted by the bell. On the rooftop, you can see the 2 bell towers, the lateral pinnacles, and the cimborio crowned by the Holy Cross. The view of Barcelona from the cathedral rooftop is breathtaking. On a clear day, you may see the Mediterranean Sea in the east. The central spire is 90 meters high, with St. Helena sitting on top. The green slopes of Montjuic Hill and the Olympic Tower rise in the west. South Exposition atrium is a little hidden gem next to the cathedral, worth the stop to admire the Aragonese architecture and woodwork. Casa Padeas has a Fleming clock commissioned in 1575. It weighs more than 5 tons, never had a dial, and was installed at the Barcelona Cathedral between 1577 and 1864 before it was replaced by the current clock. Plaza de Sant Jaume is a beautiful square used for many activities like the Castells of La Merce, the Human Tower Festival. We then ventured into the trendy district of Elborn. It is home to artists, boutiques, bars, and leisure venues. It is one of the most avant-garde parts of Barcelona and contains a number of highly recommended places for meals during the day and drinks in the evening. Elborn has many great local shops that serve a wide range of Catalan cuisine, like Boda Bay. Turn into Carrer de Rere Palau, you will find a long line of people waiting to get into one of the 2 world-ranked bars in Barcelona. Paradiso is a tiny speakeasy hidden behind a door that looks like 6 little freezer doors. Paradiso was named the world's best bar in 2022 by the world's 50 best. It is currently ranked number 4 in the world. It has sister venues in Ibiza and Dubai and has remained a global leader with menus that push the boundaries of what cocktails can be. The bar's latest concept, The Mysteries of the Universe, showcases the boundless creativity of owner Giacomo Giornotti and his team. Here's a quick tour of our hotel room. It is small, but clean and comfortable. Here's the view from the hotel room balcony in the morning. But again, first, coffee. Blackbird Coffee is a cute little cafe run by two women and is located on the way to the Sagrada Familia. Today we will be exploring the L'Eixample district, in particular the Barri Dreta or right extension. Walk up Carrer de Sardinia, and at the corner of Carrer de Mallorca, you will be greeted with the towering spires of Gaudi's Sagrada Familia. But before going inside, keep walking along Carrer de Mallorca, past Carrer de la Marina to the park next to the Basilica. Go around the pond and up those few steps. This is one of the best spots to take pictures of the Basilica. The Sagrada Familia became the tallest church in the world in 2025 when the central tower was put into place, topping the Minster in Germany. The tower will be 172 meters high when completed in 2026, in time for the 100th anniversary of Gaudi's death. We are here in November and it is still relatively crowded. Timed tickets are required to enter the Basilica, and the best times of the day go fast. Tickets generally go on sale 2 months in advance, so get yours early, especially in the peak summer months. General admission is 26 euros. If you want to go up the tower as well, it will be 36 euros. For guided tours, add another 4 euros to those prices. But you can easily do a self-guided tour by downloading the Sagrada Familia app on your phone. The Nativity facade on the east side of the Basilica was constructed between 1893 and 1936 and was the first facade to be completed. It is divided into 3 porticos, each representing the theological virtues of hope, faith, and charity. The 4 steeples of this facade are dedicated to the apostles of Matthias, Jude, Simon, and Barnabas. Gaudi designed the columns of the nave to resemble trees and branches. In the apse hangs a sculpture of the crucified Christ descending from a unique 7-sided canopy, and under it a solid block of porphyry marble from Iran. The stained glass windows on the east side are bluish-green in color, while the windows on the west side are reddish-yellow. On the south side, the handles of the Eucharist door bear the letters A and G, forming the initials of Antoni Gaudi within the Latin phrase, "Lead us not into temptation." The construction of the Passion facade on the west side of the basilica began in 1954, following drawings and instructions left by Gaudi. The four steeples on the facade are dedicated to the apostles of James, Bartholomew, Thomas, and Philip. The sculpture on the left of the facade, designed by artist Joseph Maria Suberek, bears a resemblance of Gaudi as he appeared in a photo taken during the Corpus Christi procession on June 11, 1924. The helmets of the two soldiers in the sculpture are reminiscent of the chimneys of Casa Mila. North of the Sagrada Familia is Avinguda de Gaudi, where you can find a few places to have lunch or drink, or with a view of the basilica. The Recinte Modernista de Sant Pau used to be the old Sant Pau Hospital, designed and built by architect Luis Dominic y Montana as a garden city. It opened in 1930 and was awarded the World Heritage Destination by UNESCO in 1997. It is considered the largest Modernista site in the world. If you plan on heading to Park Guell from here, you may hail a city taxi or do what the locals do, take the city bus. Walk up Carrer de Catalunya and cross over to the other side of Ronda del Guinardo to a bus stop. Hop on bus H6 or number 191. Get off at Carrer de l'Art, which is the third stop. Then walk up Carrer de l'Art for 3 blocks. At the corner of Carrer de l'Hort, you will find Park Guell with its wall lined with mosaic tiles. The park is named after industrialist Eusebi Güell, who commissioned Antoni Gaudi to design the park in 1900. The park has been designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1984. The main esplanade is met with 2 stairways that boast Gaudi's multicolored mosaic salamander, El Drac. The entrance is bookended by 2 porter's lodge pavilions that look like gingerbread houses with colorful tiled roofs. Walk through the hypo-style Odeon and the viaducts to reach the main terrace. The park covers more than 12 hectares and is one of the largest green spaces in Barcelona. Although it is a public park, you do need a time ticket to go to the monumental zone where Gaudi's collection is located. General admission is €18 per person, children 17 to 12 and seniors over 65 are $13.50. The main terrace is surrounded by palm trees and lined by mosaic benches designed by Josep Maria Ujol. This is where you take that iconic picture of Park Guell in Barcelona. The Gaudi House Museum was actually not designed by Gaudi himself, but by Francesc Berenguer i Mestres in 1904. Gaudi purchased the house in 1906 from Güell and moved in with his father and niece. The house became a museum in 1963 and a national monument in 1969. On our way to dinner, we stopped by La Pedrera, or also known as Casa Mila. This residential building was Gaudi's last project before taking on the Sagrada Familia. We also stopped by Casa Batlló, a curving dragon-roofed apartment block designed by Gaudi in Art Nouveau style. We had dinner at La Flauta on Rambla de Catalunya. We ordered some sangria to go with some of the best tapas we've had in Barcelona. Adi likes it and gives it a thumbs up. And the waitress gives the video a thumbs up. We hope you enjoyed the 48 hours in Barcelona with us. If you did, please click on the like button below or subscribe to our channel. We will be heading to Valencia next. Until the next video, walk with us along Ramblas de Catalunya.